Alright, so today is the day we're putting out transplants. My job is to run the tractor, which is normal, and their job is to plant the plants. Right now they're planting cucumbers. That wheel right there, a bunch of holes in that plastic. They put a plant in every hole. Cucumbers is really a pain in the behind. We're putting a plant every foot. We had squash and zucchini, we switched to 2 foot. Cantaloupe's 2 foot, watermelon's 4 foot. Good thing to have this tractor that's got 3 range gears in them, A, B, C, and D. Mine, them hinder's got high and low, and it's just a little bit too fast for planting cucumbers. You gotta pull up some, stop, let them catch up. But that's what's going on right now. It's cucumbers going in the ground. Alright, I'm gonna show everybody. This is how you change up your row spacing. Very simple on one of these transplanters. Just take this metal right here and squeeze and pull. There's one out. Skip one. Another one. Out. Squeeze and pull. And the last one. We just went from 1 foot spacing to 2 foot spacing. Alright, there's your 2 different types of cucumbers. You got pickling closest to me and slicing closest to me and pickling out there on the far side. Behind me, now we're planting squash. And you see the spacing a little bit different. I think this is, let's see, they're planting, right now it's a hybrid variety, look like a laser, which is going to be a straight neck squash. The next one we're going to plant is going to be crook neck gentry, my #1 squash. It's a very good squash. I'm trying this one here this year because some people are wanting straight neck squash. Me being from the south, I don't particularly care for no straight neck squash. I'd rather have crook neck because I like them little necks. That's what we're planting now. Now we're planting cantaloupes. 2 foot spacing. I lost a laborer. She wanted to play with her grandparents, so there's nothing wrong with that. But we'll get them planted with or without her. It's amazing how you can go from that black plastic bare and have plants in it in no time, it seems like, versus planting a seed in the ground and having to wait a week for it to come up and all that. Makes everything a little bit faster. Start your plants earlier and get your crop out faster too. Hopefully before everybody else. Them folks down in Florida like to get their stuff in the ground in January, and we're usually probably 2 months behind them, 3 months behind. But we definitely don't farm on that scale neither. That's how the cantaloupes go on the ground. Alright, I want to show y'all something. Yes, these holes here, we just punched holes. My wife's going to get some squash plants. These are her zucchini plants. But they need some nitrogen on them. They're starting to yellow, but they get in the soil here and they'll do all right. But I just wanted to say you can still plant on bare ground, flat ground, with a transplanter also. They do the exact same thing, and this is how I started on bare ground. There's chemicals you can spray over this squash or zucchini to get rid of the grass. And I just tilled this up. We realized that we were going to have to do this area right here, and see some of the grass I just tilled up with the tractor and the tiller. But you can still plant this stuff on bare ground. You cultivate it. I mean, it's like anything else. So there's multiple different ways of growing produce. People grow them in fish tanks, have fish up under the actual plants. I think it's called dadgummit aquaculture or something like that. I don't have enough fish for the area that I do. And the land, never seen a fish swim on land. But you got that type stuff, and I mean, you plastic, mulch, straw. I mean, there's all different ways of doing it. But this is a little trial my wife wanted to do. And we'll irrigate this with a sprinkler. But that's what's going on around here today for now. Alright, so today we're putting out watermelons. Just planted those 2 beds there. Watermelons are a whole lot easier. You can go faster and it's easy. Another thing is in the last couple of days, it's been so hot on this plastic. We had a bunch of wilting going on. We had to cool the plants off. So I went ahead and rigged up overhead irrigation to help cool everything down. I think I might switch up and start doing just bare ground again, overhead irrigation. I did the math, and what this plastic and tape cost me in mainline tubing every year, and 5-year difference, say the sprinklers and the plastic and everything, for the overhead irrigation the last 5 years roughly, I'd save right at, I think, $3,000 in 5 years just doing overhead irrigation. In 5 years, I mean, most people think that ain't a lot of money in 5 years, but it all adds up. If I can save it, it'll work. I mean, we already had to put the overhead irrigation up anyways because we had wilting, cooling plants, and even last year with painting this plastic white, we still had heat issues. It was just too hot. We couldn't cool everything down, and like I say, I went ahead and just spent the money and said the heck with it. And not only that, we're irrigating that sweet corn over there now, and actually waiting on some more irrigation nozzles and lay flat tubing and irrigation lines. They ran out. I bought them out yesterday. So hopefully by the end of the week we'll have that whole field irrigated with overhead irrigation too. And maybe I can see the difference on sweet corn this year of irrigating versus dry land. But that's what's going on right now, and I'll as soon as we're done planting these watermelons, I'm gonna run this main line tubing and hook everything into the drip tape so I can pump some 707 fertilizer through these lines and plants today. And later on this afternoon, I got a feeling that I'm gonna have to run the overhead sprinklers anyways to cool everything down. But I'll be back with y'all in a minute.